Good morning, students. We are back again with Act 3, Scene 2, Line 280 from the play The Merchant of Venice. So, as you remember, when Salerio comes with the information that Antonio was completely bankrupt, and Bassanio asked Salerio that have all his ventured failed. So he was totally shattered. He wanted to know how could this happen. For Bassanio was surprised. How could this happen with a rich merchant like Antonio who has his business spread everywhere? And the ship which were returning within 2 months, which could bring him thrice the money, and he was completely at a loss to pay the money. So Bassanio could not take that. So Salerio says, not one, my lord. Besides, it should appear that if he had the present money to discharge the due, he would not take. So, what was the situation now? Now, Basilerio says that not one, my lord, nothing has returned. Anyway, even if he had money now, even if Antonio had money now, the Jew, that's the Shylock, probably wouldn't take. Why? The reason is he wants to take revenge, children. Never did I know a creature that did bear the shape of man, so keen and greedy to confound a man. Out of anger, he says, I have never seen a creature with a human shape who was so eager to destroy a man. Salerio, he plies the Duke at morning and at night, and doth impeach the freedom of the state. So he appeals the Duke at morning, at evening, and threatens legal actions. So Shylock is threatening the Duke. He is adamant, he's very stubborn that he will have the penalty. If they deny him justice, 20 merchants, the Duke himself, and the Magnificos of greatest port have all persuaded him, but none can drive him from the envious plea of forfeiture of justice and his bond. So, if they deny him justice, 20 merchants and the Duke himself and the highest ranking Venetian nobles have all tried to persuade him to forget his forfeiture, but nobody can do it. He is determined to take the penalty specified in his contract with Antonio. Line 291, Jessica. When I was with him, I have heard him swear to Tubal and to Chus, his countrymen, that he would rather have Antonio's flesh than 20 times the value of the sum that he did owe him. And I know, my lord, if law, authority, and power deny not, it will go hard with poor Antonio. So even Jessica confirms what Celerio had said, that when I was still living with him, with his father, she says, I heard him swear to Tubal and Chus, his two countrymen, and you can call them as his friends also, the two Jews, that he would rather have Antonio's flesh than 20 times the sum Antonio owed. And I know that unless the law intervenes, Jessica is saying, it will be bad news for poor Antonio. Line 298, Portia. Is it your dear friend that is thus in trouble? Is this your good friend who is so much troubled? Bassanio. The dearest friend to me, the kindest man, the best conditioned and unwearied spirit in doing courtesies, and one in whom the ancient Roman honor more appears than any that draws breath in Italy. So Bassanio has got all praises for his best friend. And he says, yes, he is my best friend, the kindest man, and the most courteous to others. He is more honorable than anyone else in Italy. Students, what is Roman honor? During that time, Roman people were known for their honors and their gentle behavior So they cannot find any living person as Roman as Antonio. That this is what Bassanio says. Portia, what sum owes he the Jew? How much does he owe the Jew? For me, 3,000 ducats. What? No more? Pay him 6,000 and deface the bond. Double 6,000 and then triple that before a friend of this description shall lose a hair through Bassanio's fault. So the understanding is what? That's all. Pay him 6,000 and cancel the debt. I would pay 12,000 before I would let a friend like that suffer in the slightest because of you. Line 310. First go with me to church and call me wife, and then away to Venice to your friend, for never shall you lie by Portia's side with an unquiet soul. So, for this, Bassanio has to have the authority over Portia's property. So, he should get married to her. So, she says, first come with me to church to get married. Then you can leave for Venice to see your friend. You have to go because you will never sleep next to me peacefully without settling this. How nice and modest Lady Portia is. See the beautiful lines. She says, I don't want you to sleep beside me with a restless mind. So, first, you have to marry me. To pay the petty debt 20 times over, when it is paid, bring your true friend along. I will give you enough gold to pay back your debt 20 times over. When it's paid, bring your friend back. Now, so 20 times over is 60,000 ducats I will give you, she says. My maid, Nerissa, and myself, meantime, will live as maids and widows. Come away, for you shall hence upon your wedding day. Bid your friends welcome, show a merry cheer. Since you are dear bought, I will love you, dear. But let me hear the letter of your friend. So, Nerissa and I will live like maids and widows. Come on, let's go, because you are going to leave me, and the same day we get married. So they would stay, live as if they were unmarried. Put on a happy face and welcome your friends. Since it's costing me a lot to marry you, I will think of you as even more precious. So, dear bought, but let me hear the letter from your friend. Bassanio reads the letter. Sweet Bassanio, my ships have all miscarried. My creditors grow cruel. My estate is very low. My bond to the Jew is forfeit. And since in paying it, it is impossible I should live. All debts are cleared between you and I. If I might have but see you at my death, notwithstanding, use your pleasure. If your love do not persuade you to come, let not my letter. So, a beautiful, touching letter written by Antonio to Bassanio. Dear Bassanio, my ships have all been wrecked. My creditors are getting mean. My money's almost run out. I couldn't pay my debt to the Jew on the due date, since I'll certainly die when he takes his collateral out of my flesh. Children, collateral means along the same vein. It can be said as although not directly caused. All debts are cleared between you and me if I can just see you again before I die. In any case, do what you want. If your affection for me doesn't convince you to come, Don't let my letter do so. So he is insisting. He says, your love for me makes you come, then only you come, otherwise do not. Line 326, Portia. O love, dispatch all business and be gone. Oh, my love, finish all your business. Business here is arrangement of getting married. Since I have your good leave to go away, I will make haste. But till I come again, no bed shall ever be guilty of my stay, no rest be interposer twixt us twain. So, since you are letting me leave, with your kind permission, I will hurry. But till I return, I won't sleep and make my absence longer, and neither any rest will come to separate you from me, to prolong my absence from Belmont. Children, we have come to the end of this scene. So now I want you to read the scene carefully and try to learn and by heart the paraphrasing as well as read the text again and again. Thank you, children.